upload this later on. We'll make sure we put all that stuff in the description. There you go. You got plugged in right there. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
Oh, you got the physical copy.
Yeah, the Jake fire too, yo. If you haven't gotten it already, I highly suggest it, yo. Like, it's a good book, man. I got the book version.
I was gonna
Me
say
too.
if you matter of fact, that's what I do. You go on thesilenstore.com and use the code FMF. After this episode is over, you can get 50% off.
Ooh,
There we go.
Let's go.
Not to bring race into it, but black men, why are y'all always letting us down when y'all go on these panels? Like, why? Serious question. I wanted to play what the black men had to say about what masculinity is versus what the cowboy hat wearing white man had to say about what masculinity is. Watch.
I'm a black man from the hood. To me, being a man is knowing when to be soft.
Point number one is a man who walks with God. Point number two is a man who stands on principle. Point number three, which is a masculine man, is someone who is willing to sacrifice for point four, the people that he leads. A true man is a leader. And number five, a masculine man is never a coward.
That's a lot there.
Yeah. Male and female matters. God gives you one of those identities, you take on that role. And now you're responsible for fulfilling that role. There's a masculine crisis because men are not taking responsibilities for the God-given roles that they have in society. And so when you take away the need to say, God made you this or God made you this, now you don't have to take responsibility for not fulfilling what you were called to do.
When you do that, you also take away other things that somebody else may do. If I have a woman or a partner that wants to take on certain roles and I say, hey, those are my roles that God gave me in society, now I'm suppressing that person. Like at the end of the day, we're all human beings.
What it means to be a man is to be a adult human male.
You have the black man and the white man. The black guy told you he was black and he was from the hood. So that's his intro into all of this we're talking about. The white guy is speaking about God and principle. He's not talking about race. He's talking about God and what God requires a man to do. And I think the problem is that the host said it when he said that's a lot there. So in other words, what the white guy is saying to the average guy today is too much. It's too much for the average guy to follow God and self-sacrifice, leader, never a coward. That's a great task. If we go the black man's route, he can literally sit back and let the woman lead. If you look at black culture, the women run it. The women run politics, the culture, the church, teachers, mostly. Like everything in the black community is ran by women.
It's interesting that we can put it into racial terms, that you find that the black guy behaves more like a woman. His thought process is more like a woman. He's lost his real identity. He's talking about there shouldn't be roles. You know, he's supposed to be the one that is setting the tone. He's supposed to be the one that is setting the standard for his home, for society, for his community. And he just sounds very lost, where the cowboy hat guy, he's very determined and he's very resolute. He's matter of fact. He's not wishy-washy, and he sounds like somebody you can depend on. And this other guy sounds like, how you doing?
It's funny because people looking at this and they'll see the white guy and they'll go, see, he exemplifies everything toxic about manhood and masculinity. I don't know, I guess Christian Walker is supposed to be the black conservative on the panel. You make of that what you will. It just goes to show you how much blacks have bitten the forbidden fruit of Marxism. Feminism, such as it is today or such as it ever was, is just a mutation of Marxism. Friedrich Engels in his book, The Origins of the Family, about how the female sex should be ushered into the public sector in order to destroy or destabilize the monogamous family as a quote-unquote economic unit. And so when you have so many black men who buy into this entire oppression narrative, black identity, such as it is, has become synonymous with communism.
Man, they don't get that.
Trey made me laugh. I didn't even see Trey.
They chose that one bad example and tried to blanket it across all black men, man.
Let's go.
Come on now. bro. Like, and
Yeah,
that panel was
I agree with
like,
that too. I don't know why they picked out the. I saw the original. I think I saw most of the original one, and they picked
me too.
the why they picked the weak. Why they pick him? There was a whole bunch of dudes that didn't sound like him. That was I made that they not all dudes were sound like him on that panel.
Sound bites, man.
They picked him.
The
They
issue.
picked him up, and I was like, "Come on, bro!"
And that original interview, the original whatever that podcast was or whatever with all those men back there, that was like some there was like a trans man in there and some other shit in there. Like it was like totally different from
Black man masculinity.
Go ahead. Yeah, masculinity. Like, go ahead, bro.
My pure issue is we as black people are the only ones that critique black people so much. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to defend anybody. But when it comes to this black guy, I understood what he was trying to say, and that's why I emphasize communication, because it does go back before. You gotta, when you talk about do your research and learn your history, it goes before religion, it goes before Christianity. I am a Christian myself, but Christianity is one of the newest religions that we have in this world. So even though it's like old to us, when you think about the world being 4.6 million years old and BC, like, come on, man. Come on,
Get
man.
ugly in here, man. Get
ugly in here.
Bring your ass in here.
Bring your ass in here. Big old Leo want to be quiet. That ain't how we rocking. But yeah, I know it's gonna rub some people the wrong way, but I felt what the black guy was trying to portray, and honestly, I can't really explain it in a way that it'll resonate with anyone else. It was since made all across the board in the video. I just don't see why we had to highlight the negativity towards the black guy. It didn't sound feminine to me. I didn't see feminist on the black lady who was talking about just because somebody could sound definite. That's one of the things, that's one of the qualities of a good leader is decisiveness. So just because the guy sounds definite and matter of factly doesn't mean he knows what the hell he's talking about. He's just confident in himself, and you're going to be able to trust somebody who's confident in themselves to lead.
My bad. Go ahead, Chairman.
No, you good.
Now, to me, the cowboy dude was spitting, but my whole thing is like, I guess they took that excerpt of him saying he was from the hood, and they were like, all right, stop right there. Nothing else you say matters. And then, just said, all right, that's the black man today, and that's why we lost. Like, I think a lot of us are lost, but it's not. It's like a small group of us, I think, because I don't know. My experience day to day, I hear more men talking like the cowboy dude, and whatever the hood black dude was talking about. It might not sound the same. It might not come off as confident and structured, and they might not wrap it off like that. It might sound a little more toxic, but in my experience, it's not too many of us that are lost out here. Like, there are a lot of black men that are found, and they are up to the challenge of the duties that the God-given duties, shall I say, to help society go as it should. But
what are a man's God-given duties?
I mean, I don't know if that was the word they
No, that's what they use, but that's what I'm asking.
That's
for the panel.
It tracks up my question, yeah. Like,
that's the question for the panel at hand. What a man's God-given responsibilities? What is God-given duties as a man? Because that's what we keep on questioning.
I think it depends on what a lot of times it depends on what your religion is. You know what I'm saying? Like, your religion really dictates a lot of that stuff in your beliefs. I feel like to go back to the point, because I was going to ask that question, but the thing that irritates me with stuff like this, man, is like what y'all talked about. Like, yo, why do we keep generalizing everybody in the same breath? All black man is this, black woman is that. Black woman running everything amok, black man letting them do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's from my experience, it's not like that. It's not like that. Even, I don't care how much stuff you see on TV, what I see on a day-to-day basis, for the most part, is different. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, it just, I'm still trying to process the video, because it was a lot up in there, because they just start jumping from different point to different point to different point and things like that. But my initial thought is like, yo, how you gonna characterize us as all the same? You know what I'm saying? Because we all different. Like, everybody got how they raise people and do things is different from person to person. The goal is, what kind of outcome are you getting? That's the thing. What outcome are you getting? Are you getting your desired outcome? If you're doing all of these things and you're doing you know, following your traditional beliefs, but you're still getting the wrong, not the desired outcomes, then it's time to check something. If you're doing it the opposite way and you're not getting your desired outcome, it's time to check something and figure something out and figure out what needs to be changed in the midst of that. So it's a lot in that video, man. I'm still trying to dissect and process a lot of stuff in the video.
The irony is, he started out posing the questions like, why do black men on these panels keep embarrassing us? And the first thing they did was find the first black man to embarrass. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Get the fuck out of here. Like,
right, that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, we didn't hear his whole conversation.
Facts.
We didn't hear. We heard an excerpt of it. You know what I'm saying? And you know how he presented it is how he presented it. But I'm not going to sit here and say he made a fool or anything of himself. He asking general questions, and we don't know what he was saying before that or after that, or you know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's up, FMF mob? What's good, yo? Hey, I want to thank y'all for all the subscribers that we got. We clicked over 100 subscribers, but we looking, man, we need more support. So y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Make sure you like the videos and keep showing us support. Y'all take care.
Like, we just taking a part of it, and anybody can take up clips of us and we're gonna sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody can take a clip and then react off a clip of us, but if you look at the whole totality of everything, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna sit here and say that he might have been leading up to a whole point that they didn't even discuss before. So I'm not even gonna even fault them for that clip until I know the whole conversation.
Plus,
So
going back to leaders, first of all, shout out to the brother for being willing and able to speak. That's just literally what this platform was created for, black men to speak. And we are able to speak. And now that we're speaking, we get so much backlash. But regardless of the backlash, you got to be willing to speak. Can't have community without communication. Now, like I said, I felt and understood from my perception what he was getting at, you know what I'm saying? Because I could already dissect and dilute all of the backstory. I'm already hip to the factors and what he's talking about. But if you're an outside person, when you talk about these factors, you sound like a victim to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not going to make sense it's not going to resonate with a lot of people, even our own people who didn't come from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So him just simply saying, I'm from the hood, I know what you mean, I feel you, I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean, bro. It's not going to resonate with the 80% of people who didn't come from the hood, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to, it's
not meant for them. It's not everything meant for everybody to understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, go ahead. My bad, Trey.
No, you good, bro. Because this is a open topic. Y'all go ahead, because I'm about to. I'm about to unload.
All right, go ahead. What's your thoughts, G?
Oh no, go. I wanted to finish. Let Trey go ahead and keep going. Go ahead and finish your junk.
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna go
unload,
over
Trey.
you.
All right, but so when we go up talking about the leaders, right? The reason why I applauded him is because he was willing to say anything versus most of these people who are using it. You know, Jada Kidd said it best. Social media gives cowards an outlet. Most of these people and most of the people who have opinions on everything, they wouldn't say it in person. One, two, they wouldn't say it to a certain dynamic or a certain group of people. They change their identity around a lot of people. I know this from the in-person interaction. Three, they're looking for attention, they're seeking attention, and it's all reactive. I know that life is 90% of how you react to it. I just spoke about that at Free Session Sunday. Shout out Free Session Sunday. This past Sunday, we just did that. But I have less respect for those who only respond and react. You're not doing anything about it. Like this brother that brought up the question, what are you know, where's your stance on black man masculinity? Where's your video? You know, what are you trying to get views? Where's your stance on prove it? You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of, you know, negativity spreads faster, but I'm tired of the narrative of this is the problem. This is the problem. No, we're the problem. No, they're the problem. It's all a problem. All right, so let's talk solutions then. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be the change, you know what I'm saying, it starts with you. So start speaking. If you see that these black people are on the panel embarrassing black people, then stand up for black people. You black, right? Then stand up for black people, bro. And go up there, get on the panel, make something credible, make your name credible enough to get up on this panel and speak your piece about black masculinity. Speak your piece about, first of all, masculinity is masculinity. It doesn't have a race. All right. So if you're gonna go up on here and you're like, you got you got an email, then you have access to every social media platform. You can create whatever content until it gets banned, until it gets enough attention to get banned. Then it's not going to matter. You can put up and put out whatever it is, whatever opinion, and there's no fact check. There's no judgment. There's nobody in front of you that's looking at you like, motherfucker, if you say this, then you're going to have to deal with me. It's none of that. It's none of that. You know what I'm saying? So you feel entitled, and everybody has an opinion, but everybody don't have to share it. You know what I'm saying? So you feel entitled. You know what I mean? And you feel misery loves company. So this is why the truth hurts. This is why the truth hurts, because so many people scurry away from the truth because you get enough people to agree with you and you're miserable and your misery, then you start to think that it's right. Go back to what we was talking about when it comes to the isolation. In isolation, when it's just you and your thoughts, it's repetitive. And the subconscious has no choice but to believe what is repeated as true. So after you repeatedly think one thing, then you think if it is true. How many of us have told a lie so many times that we don't even remember what the original thing was? You know what I mean? Like, so when it comes to this, bro, like I want to see more of these people speak up instead of speak down. I'm tired of seeing our people pointing the finger instead of lending the hand. You know what I'm saying? Then if the masculinity is off, then let's correct the masculinity. What does that look like? And last point before I continue, when it comes to the video, I think the most feminine guy, or the most feminine looking guy, excuse me, hit it on the head when he said that what is a man? He's a human. He's a human first. Like I don't see why we can't grasp that. Like, you're a human first. This is why men's mental health is in shit, because everything about a man is this. It's all these other titles that this guy has to bear. And if you're not meeting up to all these standards of all these people that you don't even know, then you're not qualified to just be a man. You know what I mean? Alpha, beta, all of this stuff. Like, we're in constant turmoil just trying to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking away the work ethic, the strength, the adversity, the pressure, and all the things that you're gonna go through to be a great man. Cool. But you just being a man has such a negative connotation on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is a man? You're just human first. Can we just be human first, and then we can get into, because explain this. I think the God-given duty is simply purpose. And you find your purpose through life. You know, so once you can find your purpose, then you can hone in on it. A lot of us don't even find our purpose because we're so lost on trying to be a man, trying to be whatever it is that we're told we're supposed to be. So you don't even know what your purpose is, as long as I'm working, as long as I'm making some type of money, or as long as, you know, I can get women, I can pull women, you know. Like, I think that's where men into the altogether is just lost.
Trey was over there spitting, yo. What you got, G?
Appreciate your passion, bro.
What you got, G?
Was on me?
Yeah.
My shit lagging. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. There's a positive and negative to it. I mean, it's all on what people, how they take it. I think some people will take it as criticism. Some people will take it as motivation. Some people think it's bullshit. I think it's all on the individual on how they take it, how they take the words that we're saying. Everybody's different. I see it as, on my end, y'all know how my mind is. I see it as motivation, where I can maybe see where I'm negative at and seeing what I'm doing. I look at myself in the mirror, see if he's right or wrong, and like step away from my feelings and try to see from the outside and try to improve on it, or if he's talking bullshit. So some of it I understand where he's saying, and some of it is like, all right, bro, all men ain't like that. And I think that it's not just a black person. I think all men, when he said that, not all men, but any nationality of men are considered weak right now. It's not just the black man. I've seen a lot of weak Asian men. I've seen a lot of weak white men, Indian men. I see it all as a society. There are some men that are weak. It just put a highlight on black men now, maybe for some reason, because maybe they like social media. Maybe we're pushed on it. I don't know what's the reason why we're having more attack and saying just the black man is being weak.
Shine. Get your shine on. Get your shine on, shout it.
Yeah. So, hey, I put this on. I put it on everywhere. Booty cheeks, kneecaps, underarms. I got the vanilla right here. Usually, hey, I got the lavender ones. It helped me sleep good, because I be sleeping like this, and I can smell it off my hands. I'm trying to tell you, feeling good. Y'all better rock with this.
Right.
It's that vanilla. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't being ashy no more. Hygiene. Yeah. Hygiene is important. You need to get your shine. It's hydrating. It's light. It lasts all day. You don't got to use a lot, and it's good from face to foot.
Historically, I don't really use lotion or nothing like that, because I'm like in a hybrid, light skin, in between dark skin motherfuckers. Coming back from vacation, I'm a little sunburnt, so I needed something to get my skin back right, because I'm feeling like a reptile right now. So I'm gonna get this baby going on when I get home.
Oh, and look, you gotta shine on, everybody. Hey, look, I got like 4 cases. I got a bunch of cases. And I got the big jar too. That's old school. Y'all don't even know about that. He don't even got those no more. But look, I'm telling y'all, this shine is amazing. Help with eczema, you know, clear your skin up, all of that great stuff. So you don't want to miss out on this shine, man. Make sure y'all go get y'all a bottle of this.
All natural ingredients.
Absolutely.
Yep. Where they can find it?
So you can find this at shinecareproducts.com. Let them know that we sent you. Use the code FMF20.
get you a discount.
Got to.
Even though some of us are, I do believe that. But I don't think it should be always a highlight on us. I think it's a societal thing, and I think it's a culture thing where some men are weak. Now, when it comes to the subject where they're talking about women are running the society, I can kind of not 100%, but I kind of can.
I told you, women out working men right now.
Not all as far as the black society. I don't think it's just a black people thing that I think that women are running the society. I think all is I think it's all collective, not just black people thing.
Women out working men right now.
But you gotta get context of that. You gotta get context of that, Trey.
Why you think women are outworking men right now? Why that's like the second time you said that. Why you think that?
That's what I see, man. I thought we was gonna have a separate episode on it, but to be brief, is what I see. Every workforce I'm in is more women leadership, more women management. I see more. Even in management, I had a staff of men, and it'll be like a sprinkle of women. The men would be bitchy and complain and half-ass the work ethic low, late, all of that. But the women, they early, tell them do something, they do it. Even if they can't do it, they'll try. And my thing is, I don't help nobody who don't help themselves. So you got somebody telling you go pick up this 70-pound box because this is on your job description. So they'll attempt to lift up the box. If they can't get it and they don't have no equipment to get it, then I'll go over and assist, or get another guy who's sitting there watching this woman struggle, go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but meanwhile, you tell the guys to do this, guy don't want to pick up a 20-pound box. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got 20 women, 20 men to this one woman. This one woman you're looking at the numbers. I can look at the numbers. She scans more. She does more.
More productive.
She's here longer. She's more progressive. She's more aggressive and assertive. I mean, is ever evolving. I see it, man. I see it.
So would you think that you're what you're seeing right there? You think it's a micro thing that women are? You think they're working harder, or you think it's on a macro thing in the world that they're working harder?
I think it's evident that it's macro. I mean, you see more and more upcoming, and it's not on a feminist wave. I'm just saying the work aspect alone. I've been seeing more women, and this is personal. I've been seeing more women willing to work and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Versus the guys.
Is it like work that's productive to keep the world going, or is it just essential, like extra? So I'm trying to figure out like the world, like is like small stuff, or is like things that keep the world going that they're working harder at?
I don't think management and leadership are small things. So even regardless of what industry, the productivity got to be there, and they're upholding it. You know what I mean?
Well, like the management of like salons and like customer service, or like things that run the world.
With customer service runs.
What run the world? Give us examples of what you're talking about.
You talk about me?
Yeah. What's some of the examples that you're talking about?
Mainly in STEM, the things that keep the world going, as far as construction, the electricity that's going, the roads, the water that's getting, so we go take showers, like the big things that keep the world going, instead of just like smaller stuff. I mean, are they like excelling in that stuff, or like what? Like, or are you just saying like customer service and like management, like stuff like that?
Customer service keeps the world going because.
But even that stuff, I saw a woman doing some construction work. A couple of women doing construction work the other day. I seen women building houses.
But you say out of what 10, there was like what 8 of them, or was it like 1 of 2 of them?
I know it was like 3 women. It was like 3 women and 3 guys. I think they was building a house, and that's one of the things I see in other cultures. Like I said, of course, it was Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But they work together. You know what I'm saying? It's not so like just the man gotta do this. no, we need to get this house up as fast as possible so we can make more money. Let's do it together. Grab the kids. We all gonna do this together. You know what I'm saying? It become a family thing. Like it's not just.
So you think so? I mean, I'm hearing y'all responses. So that guy in that video, I mean, that lady in that video might be right with what she's saying.
What's that?
That the black community, they looking for the women to do stuff. Like she said, that sounds like how you doing energy. And the men post. I mean, that's what she said. That's exactly what she said. I mean, I'm just saying that's what she said. That's what she's saying in the video. She said that black men, they look for the women. They let's get them involved.
No. This
that's what she was saying in the video.
This is what I think. I think we more extremes. Either the black man say, no, I don't need your help. You just stay there, and they struggle to do it themselves, or it's the other way, and where they're not being taking the leadership to put something together, and the woman is more so taking that financial onus and taking the lead on that stuff. That's what I'm seeing. I'm starting to see a little bit more, but because it was a lady I went to this it was like a woman empowerment convention I went to a couple of weeks ago, and there was a husband there, and his wife does like woodwork, and he helped her do the woodwork. They do it. That's a family business they do together. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, "Yo, like my wife over here killing it." You know what I'm saying?
He be helping her.
Not to say that there aren't plenty of women out here taking leadership roles and whatnot, but is it blanket across everywhere that women are just outworking men? Like, what is it? It's a yes or no question.
Yes.
What do you think, Paul?
From my experience, yes, bro. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, I guess if you look at what G talking about, far as certain industries, then it's more men than women in those industries. But far as the things that's easier to get into, that's not so much preconceived based off your gender, then yeah, the women, bro. The women is out here getting it 2 and 3 jobs. Now some of it could be they have to, but I don't see a bunch of dudes now out here 2 and 3 jobs and trying to start a business.
Plenty of men working 2-3 jobs out here. There's plenty of men working 2-3 jobs out here. Come on now,
bro. Hey, I'm not saying they're not. I'm saying the women that I be knowing be working 2 or 3 jobs. Just to make you might got a guy that's got a certain situation where they only work their one job because they can. You know what I'm saying?
To agree on
what I'm saying is the need, and I think this is why women are working hard. If they a single parent, they got to do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta do what they got to do.
Before that, to agree on Paul's point,
Paul, you got like 4 jobs.
He got like 4.
Hey, like I said, I ain't say all men. I'm never going to generalize it as all men. I'm never going to do that. I'm just saying from my experience. I don't want it to be that way, but that's what I'm experiencing, man.
What I'm saying is, it doesn't translate. You say you agree with, we're agreeing with what the young lady had to say. It doesn't translate to me that that's what the guys are. Now, me saying that women are outworking men is not saying that men are not working.
Exactly.
And it doesn't translate that they just like, hey, how you like? This is like, it's only a select few that's like sitting back and letting the woman take over, and a lot of that is from childish rebellion. Like, well, since you want to be strong, I'm gonna let you be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like that's childish to me.
Okay, I get it.
But I don't think it's.
I don't even think it's that. Like, I know Wes put down in the comment section, when certain people get an opportunity, they value it more. You know what I'm saying? Like, for you really want to talk about previous generations. You know what I'm saying? Back in the generation, it's not blanket across, but usually the wife stayed home, and you know what I'm saying, the husband provided. It was a one income household and things like that. But as time came and things changes and women get more opportunity, they value those opportunities more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like man, it's crazy because I just see the hustle. Maybe not our work. Maybe it's hustle. They hustle more to try to get what they got to get done. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. And it's not even all single moms. It's just
right.
some
That's
of
what I'm
them
saying.
black kids, man.
Because even if
it's different, yo.
Because even if it's going back to my example with my management, even if it's just one woman amongst a bunch of men, she's still, like Paul would say, is out hustling and putting forth more effort. So it's like, yeah, guys are working, but a lot of guys are not working hard. You know, they're not like putting in the type of effort that I'm talking about. So men are working, yeah. If you want to generalize it, men are working, but I see women working harder. Women out working men today.
From my experience, from what I'm saying.
Now going back to this video about this coming at black people gotta stop coming at each other. We can hold each other accountable, but we ain't gonna push each other down. I ain't with shaming. I want the guys to know, like, you come to me with the issue, as I've been speaking on it, like you.
Oh, you still here? You ain't subscribed yet? Hit that button, my man. Hit that button to subscribe.
Come to me about mindset. I'm gonna challenge your mindset. Paul saw me in action. A woman, an older woman, middle-aged woman, was questioning me. She was one of those she's a beautiful woman, beautiful black woman. But after you've experienced enough through your life, you get set in your ways. So she got to the point where she was just like, strong and independent. And after a conversation, she was like, I'm strong and independent because I have to be, not like I want to be. But it started off as, oh, I'm strong and independent. So you come to me about an issue, then I'm going to hold you accountable, especially about how you're thinking and where your perception is on the issue and your conclusion on that issue. Because is your conclusion actually a solution, or is it a default mechanism for defense? You know, and that's why I'm so open about communication. So that's my method. One of my methods of bringing solutions is we got to work on our people, and blanket statements just ain't gonna do it for me, because I talk to guys who drive in Lamborghinis. I saw one today. I would go to them and I'm like, hey man, what did you do to acquire this? So I worked. Thank you. What did you do to acquire this? Like, the blanket, it's not enough. That's why I had to ask them, like, do your research. Cool. What research? Where do I go? If I don't know and I never did it, then I don't know. And you don't know what you don't know. And without being able to ask, like, if I feel as though if I go to ask them, if I see, all right, in this topic, if I see that you are a masculine figure, right? And I want to be more masculine, it's not enough for me to just imitate you, because I could be misled. You know, I could be doing things wrong. What I see and my perception could not be the truth of the matter, you know? So I should be able to ask you questions. I should be able to have a conversation with you. I should be able to communicate with you and you communicate back. So blanket statements don't work for me. And generalizing problems across a people, especially my people, I get I do take it personally when people talk about my people, especially my people, because how dare you? You know what I mean? Like, how can we say in the same breath that we the strongest, most resilient, beautiful, original black people? We are the original man, and then we like, man, black men ain't shit, basically. Like, nah, we ain't gonna do that in the same breath. You know what I'm saying? If we that strong, even if I see a problem, there's a problem there. I'm gonna hold you accountable, boy. You're gonna have to stand up on it. You're gonna have to do your thing. You got to stand up, bro. You're gonna have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? Accountability is not taught. I don't really know how it could be taught other than it being shown. But when you show, I could take accountability for myself, the next person do it, then it's like, shoot. It's the same thing with people in the classroom. Everybody quiet because they questioning whether or not they actually have the knowledge of this question, if a question is presented. But once one person answers, whether it's right or wrong, it encourages everybody else to raise their hand.
I was that person in the back of class waiting for encouragement. Like, I don't know. My shit was
Right.
and I was like, damn it, I was right.
Right.
Shit.
So if we are, as black men, lost, how did we get lost? You know what I'm saying? We got away from the communication. It used to be oral tradition. You said it 3 episodes ago, G. You said it where you remember how it was when you was growing up, and you got to have respect. Even when it comes to selling drugs and stuff, if you was to get on the corner, we have respect. You don't sell to a pregnant woman. You don't sell to kids. You don't get kids involved. You don't even let them see this. You don't get them involved. Now, to make $1, shoot, you got 9-year-olds carrying guns and drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's out here. Like, we've gotten away from the morals and principles of things. Even if they weren't good things to indulge in, we still had some type of structure. Now is whatever. And that whatever is what makes people, as a society, it makes people lost. And I see that for everybody. So that's why I get passionate when you talk about, people try to blanket it as black. No, it's not a black issue, it's people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. That's why I told you. That's why I switched it out. I don't really go by no. I'm not allegiance to no race no more. I'm allegiance to the culture of people and what's in their heart. If they people of God, that's who I run with. So I mean, that's how I run. So I don't care if you white, black, yellow, whatever. But if you believe in the right things and you want to do good and you believe in God, I run with you. I don't go by race no more, man. I've cut that out. That ain't what God want me to do. So that's my style.
I feel you.
And what I want to say, because I know we about to get a wrap up, man. We've been going for a little while now. But what I want to say is, man, instead of trying to prove your masculinity all the time, man, we just need to lead by example, y'all. Man, shout out Brother West in the comment section, man. I think he talked about it on the podcast, or when we had an individual talk, he was talking about, like, yo, you don't gotta prove yourself. And he used the example of a glass. He said, yo, if somebody is showing a dirty glass, you don't gotta say nothing about it. All you gotta do is put a clean glass next to it. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be able to tell the difference. And instead of like I just got out the realm with, like, yo, trying to prove whatever to anybody. I tell you where I come from, what my thought process is, where I'm going, and then I try to lead by example. All the qualities that I try to talk to people about, I try to make sure I exemplify that in my everyday life, instead of just talking and telling people that. If you're saying, yo, you think masculinity is this, and this, then you need to be following that in your everyday life then. You can't just tell people one thing, but they see you doing a different thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you talk about discipline, you got to show discipline. You know, you can't, it's no flip-flop, it's no switching up. Yo, if you say it's something, you got to walk that path. I'm not saying we have our faults, man. We fall down, we got to get back up and all of that stuff. But what we got to do, man, we lead by example, yo. Like, you could talk all you want to, you could talk all that talk. Is you out in the community? Is you helping your brother? Is you helping the kids? You looking out for your women? Is you doing all of these things? And if you're not, then I'm sorry, whatever you're talking about on the outside is going to lose credibility.
There you go.
It's going to lose credibility. Everybody can say, you can say the right thing, but if you're not walking it, it don't really matter, because you're being a hypocrite then. And one of the things I do not like, man, I do not like hypocrites, man. That's why I try not to judge other people, because I don't want nobody judging me, but I can take it if you judge me, though. So but I do not like I don't like hypocrites. If that's your path and that's what you say as a man, you think that's what it's supposed to be, make sure you walk in that path, and people should be able to look at you and tell that's what you believe and that's how you operate. You shouldn't even have to tell them all the time. They see you consistent. So I want to leave it off with that for me.
Side note, I think, you know, we put a lot of emphasis on being judged. It's like it's a negative thing. I think it's totally human to be judged and to receive judgment. Like that's just human nature. One thing.
To a certain
Another.
degree.
Okay, gotcha. Like you can go into religion and whatnot. When talk about the word judgment, but yeah, I would say, like I said, overall, the premise of our black man lost. I don't think the overwhelming majority of black men are lost, and I think for those who are quote unquote lost, the majority of them are trying to be found. I am.
Damn.
My bad.
You was spinning too, yeah.
yeah. Right when I get going and shit. If to the brothers out there, if you do feel lost, right, that, you know, this is not advice, you know, you can take it with a grain of salt, but if you are lost, I think the first step to that journey of being found is stepping out of your comfort zone. And the sub level, the first step to take on that major goal of stepping out of your comfort zone is changing your environment. Changing your environment and experiencing different things. And, you know, I was lost. Like 10, 11 years ago, I was lost in the motherfucker. I didn't know which way was up, which way to turn. But you have everything you need to find yourself, to be found and be the person you want to be. You just got to step out that comfort zone, change your environment. That's not advice. That's just suggestion.
No, it's fact, man, because you can't keep blaming any and everyone else for your situation. You know what I mean? Taking G words, you know what I'm saying? You can't play victim for so long. You know, you gotta do something. You gotta be especially for the men, you gotta be a man of action, and I had to learn that as well. I've always been an actionable guy. You know, I'm willing to do whatever for the greater good or what I see as right. I've been the guy that's just been about it, or I'm just a tough guy, I'm gonna go hard, but it was no real reason in there besides imagery. So I've been that persona before, and I had to find myself as well. And once I got comfortable with who I was, with who I am, then I was willing to actually take a deep look at myself, see what else I wanted to improve. That's why we always improving the mind, and started working on it. I started challenging myself, and that came with changing the environment. And I had to put myself, and you'll learn this, you'll have to put yourself in an environment to grow. Maybe you've outgrown the environment that you're in. Maybe you've already reached the highest peak of wherever you are. You know, maybe you already got the reputation and all of that stuff, cool. But if you decide to stay there because you're already on top in that one area, you'll never be able to grow. All growth happens outside of the comfort zone. So you're gonna have to be willing to continue to grow. And as long as you got breath in your body, then there's opportunity for development.
What's up? Hey G, leave us off with a final word, man. Close us on out.
Video, I think everybody should understand that after a while we get past our race and maybe our culture, and even if our religion, start to learn to be an individual instead of a follower. If you think something is right, then go and do what you got to do. Think something wrong, then stop doing it. Be a man first, stay on your purpose, and learn how to be a leader. I think if more men would be more leaders, they wouldn't be as lost, and they would create a better community. Be a leader first, then come together and create a better community. That's what I think, that things would get better. Don't look for the next guy to show you where to go. Sometimes you have to do some stuff on your own. If you feel in your gut that you need to be changing something, then go ahead and change it. That's what I think, and that's what always works for me.